Well, you see which one I'm on. You maybe got an idea of what's going on. I got a guy hauling this thing to the hay property. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to mess with switching the wide front, nothing like that. And we're going to put her straight to work, I guess. So. Oh yeah. She comes to life. Spits some shit on you, old pieces of rust. It'll be fine. Alright. Well, we're putting her straight to work. Gas is going in it now. Had my neighbor's boy haul this down here for me this morning. And it ran out of gas on him right here. So, got a 5-gallon bucket. A now ruined diesel can. Yes, you can air them out, but I just don't like doing that. And to be honest, it's kind of wore out anyways. It's getting some cracks. It ain't leaking, surprisingly. So, looks like maybe that needs some attention. It runs good, you know, but I'm going to have to drain that for sure. Now, I'm about to show you something that really surprised me, because I have not popped the distributor cap off of this thing yet. But it appears to me that not too long ago, somebody had done some fixing on this thing. I mean, it's barely got any corrosion in there. I mean, that little bit of gray you're seeing, that the camera's making it look worse. And look how shiny new the inside of that cap is. I think it's just sun beaten from sitting outside. One thing I'm going to do is make sure my advance works. Kind of doesn't spring back. That could also be somewhat of a culprit to the low idle, or the low power at idle. Oh yeah, somebody's been in here. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. I might take my pocket screwdriver and try to scratch those a little bit. They look a little bit worn, but yeah, somebody's been in there. If anybody doesn't know though, that's supposed to spring back. You know, that's your mechanical advance. Let's see, it should have been, there it goes. Yeah, that's your mechanical advance. Yeah, so that might not be the best in the world. But maybe it'll loosen up, who knows. Go ahead and put my dust cover back on, which seems to be working really good. Bottom side, top side. Yeah, but I couldn't believe it. It's actually IH parts in here. So, and that's what I said in the review of the tractor, is it's got CNHI battery cables, CNHI belts on it. Like somebody actually gave a crap. I'd say I got really lucky in this one. Yeah, that one there is kind of always a pain because of the oil filter housing. I gotta get some tools and check the air filter, and I'll show you that, and then we'll get started. Alright, the moment of truth. She looks pretty clean to me. We'll see what she does. Oh yeah, it's a Fleet Guard. I'm not a fan of Fleet Guard filters. Some people are. A little bit of Whisper material. There's a dead stink bug. Yeah, this thing is plenty good. Look at that. It doesn't even have dust on it. Yeah, I'd say somebody just fixed this thing up and parked it, or I have no idea. The guys told me that they were going to make this into a pulling tractor. So maybe they went through it and fixed a bunch of stuff before, you know, they quit using it, I guess. They said that the had low compression, and then once it didn't have the steering, the guy was like, well, maybe that's why we parked it. Couldn't get a straight answer out of him, but I'm really believing the 4,500 hours. And I'm also really believing that possibly my other tractor has way more hours than I thought. The reason why I say that is my tractor had 4,500 hours, and it was not in this good a shape. As far as like the pedals, the stairs, the seat even, you know, it was already way more. Even the, you know, the slop side to side in the pedals was way different. So maybe my other 706 had already had a cluster put in it, or a tachometer, you know, with an hour meter. Who knows? I don't. Maybe, you know, I'll know one day. That's not on there. Yeah, I know my other air cleaner ain't that hard to get on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. Hang on, let me get two hands. Oh yeah, talk about some good stuff. I foresee myself doing this again several times in the future. Yeah. I don't even know what the heck that is. Scale? Build-up? Something? It's slimy. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, the carburetor's full. If anybody doesn't know why that's not coming out. So the float's up in the carburetor right now because I didn't have the gas shut off when I put gas in it. But that is certainly way cleaner than it was. There we go. Much better. Alright, here goes nothing. Oh yeah, like it was meant to be. Maybe. Uh-oh. Not a fan of that light. If anyone knows what that light means, it's not my engine oil pressure. Dump valve could be sticking. Doesn't look like it's an adjustment anyway. Oh yeah. Oh. Steering's hard too. Oh. Now my steering's good. Probably could use a filter. I bought one for it, but I'm not gonna lie, I literally did nothing but what you guys saw to this thing. And we're getting ready to go use it. Fuel gauge likes to, God only knows what. Yeah, I put 15 gallons in it, 33 gallon tank, so we'll see what it does. You know, another thing I never checked was to see, oh yeah, the hour meter is moving. $5,400. Earlier I said 45. Oh wow, he had it in fourth gear. My transport guy. We'll go high on third. Probably die on me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was third. She'll die. For sure. Yeah, she just ain't got very many balls. Well, this is going to take some getting used to. You know, I was honestly expecting the ignition system to be shit. And it might still be, you know. Maybe they didn't replace the plugs. Maybe the plugs are gapped wrong. Maybe they're just sooted up. Maybe this thing really just needs ran. It sat for 2 years. I started it. When I looked at it, no steering, no brakes, oil light stayed on. I bled the system once I got the tractor home. I did start it then, which was mid-July. I used it a little bit with the boom pole around the house and brought it here and cut down like 10 acres of hay with a disc mower. Needless to say, she might need re-broken in because, you know, a lot of people, they don't even work these things that hard anymore. But that's not the name of my game, you know. I get old stuff because it's cheap. You can make it reliable, and it works. Let me get this thing hooked up. I tell you, this here, not really a fan of that. This one's good and tight. Of course, the return spring on the for the shift gates, you know, missing or broken or whatever, but something else that'll definitely have to be addressed in the future. Well, it turns it. I guess we'll see how well it goes with it. I'm in high first. The other tractor I can mow in high second. Alright, so we made one lap. She started giving me fits up about where that opening is right there. Let's see what's going on. I'm guessing that there's water in the carburetor. That still looks good other than the sediment that's already in the bottom of it. I have 0 tools with me. I could start it back up and get it back to where we need to go. All those bugs. But, yeah. Probably need to take a wrench and make sure these intake bolts are tight. On my other gas one, those could have used a turn or two. Yep, that's the carburetor. It's not boiling over. By any means, I'm not going to take the cap off and I'm not a dummy. But, it seems hot. You know, but that's probably operating temperature. It was just, you know, at PTO speed for a couple minutes. If I've got too much shit in my carburetor because of the sediment, well, then I can't do nothing. But I'm willing to bet that it's just water. So let's start it up and see what happens. I got my PTO turned back off. I guess I'm going to turn the PTO back on slowly and keep trying. She didn't like that. Let's bump her up maybe a little. Fellers, this is not going so good. I am in low second, wide open, and the choke pulled all the way out. And it still won't rev up all the way. I was hoping that it would start coughing black smoke when the carb got clear. And, you know, eventually start running right. That sun, what is up with that guy? Jeez Louise. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. when I get back around to the gate, I might go up to the truck and drain the carburetor, see if I get anything out of it. Again, I have another carburetor that I'm probably going to put on it because I do have time to change a battery, but I do not have time for my shift to not run right. I would say the worst part is I'm not even going fast enough to keep the dang bugs off of me. Yeah, so I took the tractor off and got off on the solar roll in. Kind of sat there for a minute, thought about it, and started back up. I made another complete lap and it runs perfect. That tells me there's definitely sediment in the carburetor. I was thinking that maybe the fuel tank is plugged. It's obviously starving for fuel. So when you turn off, you turn the engine off, you turn the vacuum off, right? So that means the sediment fall out of the fuel bowl or out of the main jet. You know, it would make it fall back down to the bottom of the fuel bowl. Another thing, if anybody can tell me, you see that jar? The 3-point keeps jarring up on this, and my other tractor never did that. Never had that problem. So if anybody knows what the heck that's all about, yeah, definitely leave that in the comments. I think I can just drain this carburetor and see if it helps. You know, why not? Give it a shot. I hate this gate. There we go. Yeah, I mean, probably not the best thing to pull them out of retirement and give them a full-time job, right? But anyways, we'll drain the carb, see what kind of shit we get. Probably not, so we'll go right into the grass and see what it runs better. Here's a little educational moment. If you ever see a carburetor with a little solenoid coming off the side, typically that is a fuel shut-off. This, on these tractors, this is a main jet. This plugs the main jet. Not just the fuel, just plugs the main jet when you turn the key off. So what you do is you take it out, you let gas run everywhere because, well, we might as well flush out whatever's in there. You turn the key back on. So I'm going to say that this one is working. It did have a bunch of, well, if it'll focus on it, hello. It did have a bunch of corrosion on it that I rubbed off. I'm not going to lie, if this was a lawnmower that has this, I usually grind these needles off. Or sometimes they just come out. This one does not come out, or I'd probably do it to this one. Got it, and now I've got it installed again. So, if you listen just real quiet. Did you hear that? That was me turning the key on and off. So if you ever wonder what that is or if it's working, a good thing to check first before you take it off is it clicking? I already knew mine was. But just because it's clicking means the solenoid's working. It's an electromagnetic coil in there. It turns into an electromagnet and pulls that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that needle's going to move. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to start it back up. And, well, daylight's pretty well gone, but I guess the lights work on this thing, and it charges, so I'll keep at it. Thing is, I have erratic idle. Like, I'll go to take off, and it'll just idle down so bad that you don't know, like, you're like, oh crap, it's gonna die, you know? There's a lot of play in the throttle lever up top, because the roll pin is actually broken in the center. And to me, it looks like it's the wrong size roll pin to begin with. Somehow it's in there, and I'm not complaining. For now, anyway. I'm just trying to use this damn thing. But I noticed if that throttle is all the way down low, the governor won't pick itself back up. And even though the idle speed is the same, if you raise the governor some, or raise the throttle some, it'll make the governor kick in. So, you know, like you keep it from dying if you like start to go up the grade or something. But anyways, I don't know, I'm driving back to the field now, my hair's gray, don't have a bandana today. I do, but it's gray, and I sweat in it so much the other day that it is now white with salt. So so I'm not going to put that back on my head. There's the tricky corner. Yeah. It's tricky because, well, the tractor and the mower is too wide. Too wide to go through it. But since it's rear mounted, you get in it, and right when you go to go through the gate, you turn real hard to the right, and it kind of like scoops it around it, if that makes any sense. Here, I'll get you some deer. There's just some deer. They look like midgets on this camera. But there's a little probably 6-pointer in front. You got a little pack of does. You know, all those does ain't going to be following them here in another month because there's some monster bucks on this property. But those are all, that's probably a 2-year-old buck and looks like a 2-year-old doe and 2 yearling does. They are pretty though. The buck has really dark color. You can't see him like I can, but anyways, it's always fun to see some nature. Alright, so if you can hear me, I know a lot of people complain about that and I'm sorry. I made it 3 laps now and it hasn't died once. Or done other than being underpowered. I can still tell that it's running lean. I don't have it revved up all the way. I'm only running about 1200 RPM. Yeah, if you get it below grade, it wants to slow down on you. The governor's not really responsive. But, for the first time ever, cutting hay with a tricycle and a 3-point disc mower, it is the way to go. I can cut turns with this thing like nobody's tomorrow. I bet if I got that other carburetor on here and got it tuned up and running properly, like that timing advance we know is sticking, you know? This would be a hell of a mowing tractor. I mean, a hell of a mowing tractor. I thought I was going to get all upset because it's not my diesel. But I think this one, yeah, I like mowing with it. It seems to be doing okay. I only mowed the top of this field because it's going to be the first time using this tractor to make hay. You know, cutting it and, you know, baling it. So the parts is going to the other one. But I can definitely see myself using it more, or at least trying to talk my wife into using it. That's why I got it. She's just scared because of the size. She'd rather be on a little tractor. I wouldn't. I don't know about you guys. Give me something with power that can get out of its own way. You know? I feel safer on a bigger tractor than I do a little one. I'm getting ready to hit this spot where it wants to fall down and you'll get to hear what it does. It's the steepest grade I've been going on. Right there. Yeah. Yeah, she's now got the balls, you know. I can smell that it's running lean. Come on. Yeah, I can smell it's running lean. Maybe it's me being a mechanic, but the exhaust smells hot. I know that sounds stupid, but the exhaust smells hot, and you can tell the heat off the engine. It just smells warmer than normal. A lean condition will cause heat. But we're getting along. So if you watch to the end, I appreciate it. If I got a voice next time, I'll do another video. Give me the thumbs up. Congratulate this old girl for coming out of retirement straight back into a full-time job. We'll see ya.